We couldn't complete the Holistic Health Mastery course without bringing you into the context of one of the most important subjects of any natural program, which is the sun and the earth, right? We've talked about some of the natural elements: fire, water, fire being the sun, water being natural water from any given ecosystem, and then earth being the food that comes out of the earth, and then air being the air that we're breathing in, right? So we're going to talk about earth and we're going to talk about sun right now. And one of my favorite practices that actually got me into the door of more of the naturalistic aspects of holistic health, not just food, not just supplements, but actually getting tapped into nature's inherent rhythms. And that's what actually got me in the door of being a raw foodie and being a super foodie and being a spring water hunter, is actually getting into the environment. And that's what I invite for all of you to do too. It's not just enough to go to the local grocery store and get our organic vegetables. That's great, and I encourage that, of course, but we want to get into the context of nature so we can feel a little more of nature's brilliance. So what got me in the door was two things. One of them is what I'm doing right now, is actually being grounded barefoot on the earth. And that's actually how I got into this whole puzzle, is that I was coming back from 2 major knee surgeries. And I had torn my ACL and my meniscus, and I had spent years in a cast, a rubber sole shoe, which coincidentally cuts you off from your soul. But what I found was that when I got out of that and I got barefoot, not only did my alignment come back on, not only did my anatomical alignment and my stability in my spine and my hips, and not only did my knees heal within 30 days, but I actually got my soul back. And I do think that there is a connection between being insulated from the soul of Mother Earth and our heart. And we do know that the earth has the most concentrated source of what's called negative ions, right? That's basically the most powerful antioxidants in the world. No food has as much antioxidant potential as vitamin E, being vitamin earth, right? So we're getting earth, we're getting grounded. And also we know that whenever we touch skin to skin with our mother, that's actually the most healing thing that we can do from ourselves. And I do think there's some kind of cosmic connection there in our relationships with our mother and being disconnected from Mother Earth. So I invite you to, take that journey for yourself. Anyways, the next thing is sun gazing. And actually, when I got into hunting spring water back in Marin, California, I got turned on by my friend Austin, actually. He was really big into the whole sun gazing craze. And he started to I just started to notice that every time we go and get spring water, I'd find him perched up on the ledge, staring at the sun for like 30 minutes. I couldn't actually get him away. I was like, we got to go, dude. We actually have to get out of here. And he was just staying there in a meditative state, and something affected me about that. So I started doing that too. And some kind of connection happened there. And so I got into sun gazing. And one of the cool things about sun gazing is that we have photoreceptors on our hands. Photo meaning light, photons. So we can actually put our hands to the sun just like that and actually receive that photon exchange. And that actually helps to balance out our nervous system. It helps to enhance the optical nerves of our eyes that are transmitting to certain glands, like our pituitary gland that secretes all our hormones, our pineal gland, and so on and so forth. It's just really an amazing practice that's been passed on throughout all the ancient civilizations dating back to the ancient Egyptians. And I invite each one of you to try this. And when you go sun gazing, just a little disclaimer is that when the sun is like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2, 3 p.m., that's not necessarily the best time to do it, right? You don't necessarily want to just jump in and full blast, right? Because our eyes have been trained to actually avoid the sun. We were always taught that the sun was some kind of cancer-causing agent from the cosmos that was actually bad for us. So we have to retrain our optical nerves. We have to retrain our physiology, which is a cool idea. We're kind of going back to Neolithic physiology right here, is getting back and getting grounded, going back to natural sources of water, and going back to the natural source of life, which is the sun. So you want to kind of hit it when in the morning, when it's just rising, when it's about 30 to 45 minute window, when it's rising, that's the best time to actually look directly into the sun. And the same thing when it's going down at night, about 30 minutes as it's going down into the clouds, that's a great time to start to re-establish your relationship with the source of life. And also doing it grounded is absolutely critical to have that full connection from the organ points in your feet. If you study reflexology, you'll learn that all our endocrine system and all our organs are actually connected. There's a connection point at the bottom of our feet. That's why reflexology is so popular for certain areas of the body, like the liver, for example. And so we actually get that from being grounded, right? And so that's something I invite all of you to do. No natural nutrition course would be complete without this conversation right here. And until next time, I invite every one of you to continue to explore natural states of magic.